Welcome back to another episode of Grizzly True Crime. My name is Gisela K, and today we continue to look at the missing person case of 16-year-old Kiely Rodni. She was last seen on August 6, 2022 at around 12:30 a.m. At Prosser Family Campground at a party that turned out to be quite massive. 200 to 300 juveniles and young adults attended, and that's about 10 miles north of Truckee in California. So she's 16 years old, 5'7". She's got blonde hair, hazel eyes, and weighs approximately 118 pounds. She was also driving a silver 2013 Honda CR-V, license plate number 8YUR127. There's a $50,000 reward for any information that leads to her being found, which obviously also includes if you spot the car, you gotta call that in, because she's missing, and her car is missing, and her phone is missing. So if you have any information, you can call the anonymous tip line 530-581-6320 option 7, or you could email the Placer County Sheriff's Department. I put the email address in the description box below, as well as the Linktree link that they shared, where you can actually upload photos and videos if you have any from the party or any information that could help to bring Kiely home. So what we're looking at here today is feedback from the concert that they had for Kiely yesterday. This concert was called Country for Kiely. It was organized by the community. Law enforcement said it was to show support for the family and also to raise money for the GoFundMe, I believe. And so let's have a look at what the turnout was like and what was said at this event.
Country for Kiely is about hope. It is about community. It is about keeping our spirits high.
Okay, so if we just look at some of the footage that they're showing us, there doesn't seem to be a great turnout, huh? And not a lot of teens either.
The community of Truckee needs this day in the park after 7 days of no sign of 16-year-old Kiely Rodni.
They say a song is twice as loud as a prayer.
A day of love, music, and hope for the girl who fills her life with music.
It's not just people coming together to have a party, it's because we are connected to her musically, and we're playing her songs, and we are playing things that we hope she can hear so she knows that we're going to find her soon.
When people think of Kiely, they see her playing the guitar with her grandfather or one of the other instruments she's mastered.
She was always singing in the car, singing all the time, singing everything.
Her friends are very, very happy all the time. Now, I'm not trying to... This is a new friend now that's come forward to talk about Kiely, this blonde lady, this one. I feel like she's the same one that was in that Truckee Thursday video that we looked at yesterday. It seemed like the one that was standing right next to Sammy. I'm not sure, but this is a very happy community. They all seem a little out of touch with what the situation really is.
I know she liked to play the guitar a lot. She knew a lot of instruments.
And I'm not preparing my heart.
Jenny Charles was Kiely's first music teacher when she was only 2.
She was the youngest student I took on because of her determination and just the light and how much she enjoyed playing music.
As law enforcement focuses on the 1,000 tips they received and searchers combing the area, a day of music gives everyone hope they'll see Kiely again.
Okay, so Mags was in attendance. That's Mags, Magdalene Larson, the friend that said as soon as she arrived at the party, there were 5 guys that approached her within 10 minutes trying to make us do as many bong rips as possible, which it sounds like a bit of an exaggerated story. I know it seemed like quite the dangerous party, which makes me still think that they went to a second location. And actually in a recent interview, which seems to be more of a written one, I haven't seen her actually say it, but they say Mag said that there's a very big possibility that Kiely went to a second location. Okay, so that's not far-fetched at all, that this party maybe got so out of hand, between 10 and 10:30, and Kiely and Mags apparently only arrived at 10 o'clock. So maybe they arrived and was completely crazy and they went to a second location. I mean, there's the Boca Reserve and the Boca Reservoir and the Stampede Reservoir as well. There's campgrounds there. Maybe they went to those parties. Maybe they went to Truckee, for all we know. Maybe they went to Reno for all we know. I'm just saying it could have been any second location party, kind of like an after party or another party or a more private party. So that is a possibility.
See Kiely again.
We feel like hopefully this will just help draw her here, know at least from wherever she is that we're here and we're helping her look for her, and you know that our community is all here.
Don't forget.
I don't understand this community's thinking that we're going to draw her in with the music. I mean, this is a very serious missing persons case. No one's going to be, she's not like waiting to hear the music and then coming home. That's kind of how they're all talking, you know what I mean? Oh man, I'm really trying not to judge, but it's very hard, especially after seeing yesterday's Truckee Thursday video. It was just so out of touch with reality of what the situation really is. And some of the things that, you know, is filtering down then from the top, and I mean from the community, it's just like, what? Everyone talks the same.
Yeah, like the words of Kylie's father says, she's your girl too. She is your girl. Born
Okay.
and raised. Kiely Rodni.
And law enforcement says they just need that one solid tip that will lead them to Kiely or her car. Searchers will regroup in the morning to figure out if they should scale down the operation or where they should start searching next. Now remember, there is a $50,000 reward out for anyone who can help lead law enforcement to Kiely or her car.
This is starting to sound like Delphi. Just that one small tip, just that puzzle piece, just one more.
How close are you right now to getting this solved?
One piece away. One piece away.
Which basically means they got nothing, which is sad to think about. Okay, now I want to show you some of these clips. Before I show you the other clips from this event, they do say here, this is an Oxygen article, authorities say investigation into California teen Kiely Rodni's disappearance is struggling. We're trying to find out exactly what happened, and at this point we believe that someone knows, someone saw, but they're not coming forward. Placer County Sheriff's Lieutenant Josh Barnard said during a Wednesday press conference. So they say we do not have any new leads, and that I can tell you is very frustrating for us, and so we're reiterating, anyone that was at the party that night, please come to law enforcement. Please go to the tip line. It's anonymous if they want to remain anonymous. Now the thing is, this is the only solid lead that they have. That's what they said. Kiely spotted at a local business 6:08 p.m. in Truckee. Now what the heck happened between 6:08 p.m. and 10 p.m. if they arrived at the party around 10? Because what were they doing then? And by they, I'm speculating Kiely and Mags, because Mags was apparently with her in the car. What were they doing between 6 and 10? Because from Truckee, from this local business, I mean, how long can you really spend in a store like this, right? So even if they're there from 6:08 till 6:30, they'd be at the party by 7 p.m. So to me, that is a little bit of a red flag. Maybe they just hung out at someone's house. Mags' house, Sammy's house, I don't know whose house, a friend's house. Weird then that only two of them drove to the party together, as in Kiely and Mags, according to what we know so far. But people are starting to speculate, what if she never made it to the party? Placer County Sheriff's Department on Twitter answered someone's tweet saying, "Are you sure that Kiely ever even made it to the party?" And their only answer was, yes. Like they said, do you have any evidence that she ever made it to the party? They said yes. However, I believe the only evidence that they have is her phone was there. Okay, so this is speculation warning. Major speculation warning. Okay, put your speculation hats on. So the thing is, if this was the last known photo of her, and they did have, let's say, even a before party at someone's house, and they were already drinking and maybe already taking some sort of drug, what if something happened then already? Or, you know what I mean, before the party? What if she never made it to the party? That would be interesting, especially based on, we can't just trust what people are saying, right? So if Mags is saying, yeah, we arrived and I left within 10 minutes. That's weird. Why go at all? Arrived, left within 10 minutes. As I arrived, just like 5 guys offering me bong rips, and then You found your boyfriend within 10 minutes? Probably. Okay, and then left with him. So it sounds just like she needed a ride to the party. And then Sammy, who's asking Kiely for a ride because she wants to stay at the party longer, then gets out the car to look for a ride to then leave earlier than Kiely. That makes no sense at all. And to say, I hugged her, I said goodbye, but then she says Kiely then called her at a time after law enforcement says the phone is dead, which there's still no explanation for. Why is her phone suddenly dead? I know people have said maybe it's in the water, whatever, but let's just consider this. If her phone was off from 12:33 a.m., now law enforcement is being a little more vague, saying around 12:30. Firstly, then it means that Kiely could not be calling Sammy at 12:36 and then saying, hey, where are you? She would know where she is. Even if they're drunk and high and she's a bit confused, she just told her, I'm leaving. But also, why are they leaving? Why did Mags leave so soon? Fine, she went off with her boyfriend. From a recent article, we learned that Mags was also one of the organizers of the party. Strange that she arrived at 10 o'clock with Kiely, needed a ride to the party she organized, and left within 10 minutes with her boyfriend. Sammy arrived around 9 p.m. and left apparently at 12:25 p.m., even though she claims to be the last person to see and talk to Kiely around 12:36, and the last recorded sighting even, she says, now at 12:40. Don't know how she knows that, but I would say that at least 2 of these 3 people on screen know what happened to Kiely. And instead of asking all these other 200 to 300 teens to come forward, I would love to see them come forward with what they know, because surely they have more information about Kiely's day on Friday, what she did between 6:08 p.m., well, the whole day on Friday, but between 6:08 p.m. and the party time when she apparently arrived as a sort of designated driver of Mags, arriving at 10 p.m. and then Sammy leaves at 12:25, and then within a few minutes, within 12 minutes, Kiely's vanished, just vanished into thin air. That makes no sense. And Mags is saying, as we saw earlier, that she believes going to a second location is highly likely, that Kiely would have gone to a second location. Now tell us more about that second location. Where was another party? Why don't you tell law enforcement that so that they can go and search that second location? And very odd as well that Mags was the one that was going to meet up with Kiely the next morning at 9 o'clock at a Starbucks to go on a camping trip. Yet her and Sammy, the first thing they did in the morning at 8 o'clock was go straight back to the campground and search around there for Kiely's car, or along the way to see if she was sleeping in her car. Wow. So again, I think that Sammy, Mags, and Jagger know a lot more than what they're actually telling us. They're trying to control the narrative, as we've seen from all 3 of them. I mean, Sammy and Jagger shared their personal phone numbers online and said that tips can be filtered through them, of which Jagger then deleted his comment, of course. But this is very interesting, and I think these 3 key players, at least even 2 of them being the girls, know more than what they're telling us. And this is just my opinion, but I think it's time to start questioning these teenagers. These 3 right here, or at least these 2 girls. Because just observing them, letting them talk at all these press conferences, well, the one is in the woods, it's not really helping at this point. I think they need to start asking some hard questions. What do you guys think? Why did Sammy just suddenly up and leave if she's one of the organizers of this party? Why at the hype of the party why are you leaving? I don't understand. Like, even for me, and I didn't go to any parties like this, but even just going to a club, you don't leave at 12, 12:30. That's when the party starts. So why did they leave? And I do speculate now, okay, then they left to a second location, and that's what they're not talking about. That's what they're not talking about. So this little speculation time branched off. Firstly, what if Kiely never made it to the party and something happened before, and then they took her phone? Because this has to make sense somehow, right? Well, what if something happened to her and they're like, oh crap. Well then, I don't know if they would have taken her car. Probably not taken her car to the party, but someone would have taken her phone along to the party so that the phone can at least ping there, especially someone with some private investigator type knowledge. Maybe a parent who's a private investigator and has another parent who's a lawyer. Maybe that person would have knowledge of, like, ooh, law enforcement looks at where the phone pings. I don't know. But no matter what, we can all feel there's a bit of a cover-up, right? Especially from the teen side. What are they all hiding? What are they all hiding? Did something happen to Kiely before the party even? Did she even get to the party? Or did she speculatively overdose before the party even started? Or did she go to the party, as said, and then they went to a second location? Is that what happened? Or did Sammy go to the second location? I don't know. This is just, wow. To know that this is the only solid lead they have. And Kiely's mother also said the hoodie is one of her friend's hoodies, because I've been dying to know who gave her that hoodie, who loaned her the hoodie. And the mother says we mustn't read too much into the lyrics.
That sweater belongs to one of her good friends. Lana Del Rey is a musician who sings so eloquently and has so many beautiful lyrics that can be quoted and put on a shirt. I think that it's not helpful to go down any rabbit holes or follow any red herrings about, you know, a sweater from a concert that had a pretty picture on it.
They're very ironic though, right? Anyway, this is the only solid lead they have. Her in this bodysuit with the grommet belt, the green Dickies pants. And then the other thing is, well, it's a little cut off here, but they say, I'll put a picture up so you can see, black Vans. This picture doesn't look like she's wearing black Vans, which is also confusing. Oh my word. This is the last photo of Kiely Rodni, they say. This item is of significance. We believe that Kiely was still in possession of this hoodie when she disappeared, and her mom said it was a friend's hoodie. So it's not some random guy that was like, oh, I'll keep you warm or something. Well, you never know. But she said it's a friend's hoodie. Okay. But before I go off on a tangent, we can talk about that another time. We can go deeper into that. Feel free to leave your comments below. But I want to show you this. Okay. This is from the Find Kiely Rodni Instagram page. And it's going to show us snippets of the concert. And if you thought Truckee Thursday and Sammy's behavior was weird, wait till you see this one.
Of the family. They are very appreciative of all the love and the support that has happened since Saturday. And
again, microphones suck. These microphones and the sound sucks everywhere. The community is very appreciative, you know, of all the search efforts and everything. Let's continue.
I think the important message for today, as JD has been saying, is about hope. All of us in this community have been putting tireless hours into trying to find Kiely, our babe.
We're all just trying to find Kiely, our babe.
A lot of us here have babes.
A lot of us here have babes.
Speaking to the adults, the parents, the grandparents, the uncles, and the aunts, there are babes, and Kiely happens to be one of them, and we want her home.
Looking at the turnout, I see a lot of adults and very few teenagers still.
Right? There have been teens working this from the...
Teens are working this from the front lines. What are they working?
Front line. From the beginning, we would not be here today without this, with all these teens and the other teens that have been a part of this. Who's speaking, ladies? All right, get your butts up here.
Who's speaking, ladies? Get your butts up here. And again, Sammy's being like a little 10-year-old girl here, all giggly. I don't know why this is a giggly matter. It isn't.
And unbelievable. She would have loved to have been here and dancing with her friends. Enjoy that she is home. But she's not home. Our longtime local girl who was raised in our community is not home. Hundreds and hundreds of volunteers, community members, and people from the area have met over at the Truckee Donner Rec Department. Everyone give a round of applause for these fabulous humans.
Fabulous humans. Sammy speaks, everyone. Shh.
I just wanted to say thank you all today for coming out.
Actually, Sammy's not speaking. She was about to, look like, but now this other friend is speaking.
We really appreciate it, and we know that when Kiely comes back, we're going to share all the memories of being here together, and it's just going to warm her heart knowing how many of you guys are here and trying to support her.
Delusional.
Oh. Is that my fault? No, you're good. Kiely just she's just such a fabulous girl. That was her favorite word. She would go around everywhere. This is fabulous. This is fabulous. Kiely's fabulous.
Fabulous, fabulous. You know what's not fabulous is that she's missing, and so is her car, and this is a very serious situation.
We need to give appreciation to all of our teens. Not just us on the front lines, but all the teens out there. It's been a really stressful
Sammy speaks, everyone.
Time losing their friend, their buddy, their schoolmate, somebody they may even just have heard of. So be kind to your teens, and for all the teens that are out there, tell your friends, give them a hug. Just be there for each other. I think that's right.
You're literally repeating words from Truckee Thursday.
Right now, what we all really need, we need to drink some water. I see chapped lips out there. I'm watching you. But also, we wanted to mention the GoFundMe. We are still using that. We use all of our money from lemonade stands to the GoFundMe. There's a lemonade stand right there. Hashtag find Kiely. And then there's donations over by the food over here. Yeah, right here. And just be there for each other in this time.
Just drink lemonade and be there for each other. I'm just going to say at this point, don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Time of need and crisis, what we need is just to be a community together.
In times of crisis, what we need is just to be a community together. Could you all zip it and start looking for Kiely? You know, if this party had people arriving all the way from San Francisco, as they say, San Francisco, Nevada, just everywhere, could someone go search then in San Francisco? What if one of the older dudes came from San Francisco and Kiely's car's in San Francisco? That's a possibility too. The possibility of her being abducted from the party is very high. However, with all this hush-hush cover-up and then all the icing sugar on top, I'm really still thinking something happened at the party or before the party. Okay, small possibility for the second location after this big party. That would make sense. Could I extend my curfew if she even sent that text to herself? Could I please extend my curfew? At 11:30, Kiely apparently texted her mom, asked, can I extend the curfew? Remember that Kiely was supposed to go to Reno that night to meet her mom for Hot August Nights. I know it's a day event and it ends around 10 p.m. But I saw an article where her mom said, well, she was supposed to actually come through in the evening and then last minute changed her mind. Is last minute at 6:08 p.m.? You see what I mean? What if she was dressed to go to Hot August Nights? This last minute plan, huh? After hanging out with friends all day, making creme brulee. What if that's a code word? Okay, Kate doesn't seem dodgy. You know, these are all just teens. I get it, but making creme brulee, what did you really make? Making creme brulee, hanging out with Mags, okay. Right? What if something happened in the day or at 6:08 p.m. Kiely was last seen at that business. There. What happened there? And then what happened? Where did you go after that? I want to know where the before party was. Actually, that's what I want to know. That time frame, in my mind, is pretty critical to know what happened there. Did you really go back home? Did you drive to a local business? They initially said truckee. That's why, how close is it to home? But you drove to a local business to do what? To buy what? Okay, cool. And then you went what? Back home? Did you go back home? Or did you go hang out at a friend's place? And mostly, what happened at the before party? Especially if this was a last minute decision to go to that party. That to me is a red flag based on everyone's stories. The way Sammy said, we were walking around like a little pair. Everyone saw us together. Not we spent the whole night together. We were laughing. We were bonding. No, it's like everybody saw us together. It's alibi talk, you know what I mean? And then I left at 12:25, says Sammy. And then at 12:36, she called me. And then at 12:40 is the last sighting of her. That's what she said in this recent article over here. Right here. Right there, she says, hold on, I'll scroll. The last recording sighting of her was at 12:40. How the F do you know that if you left at 12:25? Who says it? Is it from videos and things you're receiving? Perhaps. But the last recorded sighting of her, okay, was 12:40. I was the last person to speak to her at 12:36. So you're telling me in 4 minutes, poof, vanished. Maybe if it's an abduction case, maybe. The timing is just so weird though. Just like suddenly her phone is off. Now, where did I see this? Someone posed the possibility of what if... Did someone email me this? I don't know. I'm receiving so many messages and emails and things that you guys make me think all kinds of things. What if someone got in a car and was like hiding in the car, and when Kiely really did want to leave to go home, then they popped up and like, boo, here I am. You know what I mean? So it's an abduction without being noticed, if you know what I mean. Could be that as well. But damn, this timeline is tight. Her phone actually goes off at 12:30, 12:33. Sammy says she spoke, I was the last person to speak to her at 12:36 a.m. when she asked me if I still needed a ride home. Wow. Now that doesn't sound like on the phone, but all along she said on the phone, but okay. And then the last recorded sighting of her was at 12:40? How do you know that? She said, now we know there were a lot of college people, teens are coming out in our teen-to-teen talks. There were a lot of sketchy older guys that were seen there. This was right about when I left, when we had our last contact. Weird language. She had asked her mom for a later curfew. So see, she's just digging that hole. We might as well give her a spade at this point, because man, she's digging that hole all the time. She had asked her mom for a later curfew. She was going to text her mom saying she couldn't find her friend, which is why she'd be home late. I don't think she ever sent that text, except she did. Her mom has the text. Her mom says she got the text at 11:30 asking for a later curfew, so check, that was there. She had asked her mom for a later curfew. But this little statement after that, she was going to text her mom, because remember the mom was saying, I never got that second text to say, okay, now I'm actually on my way. She was going to text her mom saying she couldn't find her friend. Is that you, man? Because there, right above that, you're saying she asked if I still need a ride home. And remember what Sammy said was, hey, where are you? Okay. So this statement right here is pretty interesting, to say she had asked her mom for a later curfew. She was going to text her mom saying she couldn't find her friend, which is why she'd be home late. Was going to. Until? And then I don't think she ever sent that text. Obviously not, because her phone was apparently turned off at 12:30, 12:33. And then she says, as it gets closer to the 72-hour mark, I haven't slept in 2 days. I've had a maximum of 4 hours sleep combined. It's rough, I'll say honestly. So this was obviously earlier. They're combining a few things here. Because here they say law enforcement's got 500 tips, which was around Friday. And now they've got over 1,000 tips. So, okay. Now, before I end this video, I wanted to show you, here they say update from the Washoe County Sheriff's Office on the search for Kiely Rodni. Today they focused on the Prosser Reservoir. Unfortunately, they were unable to find anything, right? Okay, so here they say the Washoe County Sheriff's hasty team, dive team, and incident management team were requested to assist the California Office of Emergency Services today in the continuing search effort for missing truckee teenager Kiely Rodni. Today's efforts were focused at Prosser Reservoir, just north of Truckee. Unfortunately, no signs of the missing girl or her vehicle were found. The 16-year-old Rodni left a party near the reservoir in the early morning hours of August 6th and hasn't been seen since. Left a party. Also a new language. She left a party. Did she leave the party to go to a second location, or with who? Or was someone in the back of a car, or was she even at the party? But she left a party near the reservoir in the early morning hours and hasn't been seen since. How do you know she left the party? And this comes from the Washoe County Sheriff's Office, huh? You know what I'm saying? Wait. We shall make it bigger for you. Okay. That new language could just be a slip up, but the 16-year-old left a party near the reservoir. Did she now? Did she though? Because she told her mom she's leaving at 1:15. So why is she still calling Sammy from the party, apparently, at 12:36? Especially after her phone's off. Weird, huh? Anyway, if we look at these pictures, firstly, what a beautiful area. It looks pretty nice to swim there, huh? Now the thing is, there would obviously be, in my mind, feel free to debate me in the comment section, Wouldn't there be like tracks or any evidence of a car driving into this water if the car had in fact driven into this water? You know, especially it's like all muddy and everything. I now have a strong feeling that they're looking for the phone in here. Sorry. They're looking for the phone. I think they're deep diving for the phone. I think all these searches here are for the phone. Maybe phone and body, but mostly the phone. Because if they can find the phone, oh man, imagine the things they could pull from there. That would be interesting to see. So if the same speculation, which is a smaller chance of this happening, of something happening to Kiely before the party, without her even actually going to the party, if that's even a possibility, and someone had taken the phone along to play this whole night out because they're aware of what phone pings are and location, and they use language like her location was turned off. Really? How do you know that? Anyway, if so, it's easy to just toss the phone into this reservoir. That would be so hard to find. So hard. Where is Kiely? I don't know. If something happened to her, like an overdose on a what did they say yesterday? Okay, so this is what I mean. We interrupt our regularly scheduled post for missing 16-year-old Kiely Rodni to share another important story. After a lengthy investigation into the death of a 15-year-old Roseville girl, detectives with the Placer County Sheriff's Office and a special county drug task force arrested 20-year-old Nathaniel Evan 𝐴𝐻𝐵𝐻𝐿𝐼 on August 10th. During the investigation, it was revealed that he met with the young girl and during that time provided her with what turned out to be a lethal dose of counterfeit Percocet pills. The female victim died on June 19th. The Placer County Sheriff Coroner Division determined her death was fentanyl-related and subsequently contacted the countrywide drug task force. 𝐴𝐻𝐵𝐻𝐿𝐼 was arrested for murder, distribution of narcotics to a minor, sale and transportation of a controlled substance, and lewd and lascivious behavior or acts with a minor. Oh, okay, so what if Kiely encountered this dude at the before party, at the speculative before party, and he gave her the same counterfeit Percocet pills at whoever's house she was at for the before party, before actually going to the party? And what if already there it was a lethal dose of counterfeit Percocet pills? Interesting, right? And they arrested this dude on August 10th. So there's probably more to come from this. They're probably interrogating him right now, like, were you at the party? Did you meet Kiely? They're probably trying to look into his movements and try to figure out if he crossed paths with Kiely. And if he did, ooh, oh boy. Back to the pictures I was showing you. I have a strong suspicion that they're looking for the phone. That's why they don't want to disturb the soil. You're not going to talk about let's not disturb the soil. If you missed that, I've got timestamps on all my live streams, especially the one from yesterday, which was really long while we waited for the press conference together. Thank you to everyone who was waiting there with me. It finally happened. You see, it was worth it to not give up. The thing is, they were talking about not disturbing the soil. They don't want to disturb this mud. Ooh, why? If you're going to disturb the mud, ooh, what if there's a car there? You're not going to talk like that. If there's a body down there, but bodies usually float. But if there's a body down there, I don't know. I'm still going to say bodies usually float from what I know. So I'm saying they're looking for a damn phone. They're looking in this water for a phone. That's why it's a needle in a haystack and they don't even know where the haystack is. You're looking for the phone at this point because that will have a lot of clues. Am I right? Okay, so if we continue to look here at these pictures, and they haven't gone to the bottom yet. They're just looking all along these like shorelines, basically. Probably based on how far someone could throw a phone. Yes. Okay, here they're out there. Sure, it must be so tiring. Oh my word. Wow. Okay, so there's that, and then Jenna she's actually out there searching, so you can see some footage over here. Tall trees, lush forest area. Wow. Okay, so I'm actually going to go to Jenna's page. Jenna's also a Grizzly, often in the chat. Thank you, Jenna, for being out there. And over here, her footage from the concert.
Took my love and I took it down. climbed a mountain and I turned around, and I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hills, and then inside watering down. Oh, mirror.
Hey, this lady can sing. Wow. Okay. So there's some footage from that. Here, the infamous tunnel Kiely was learning to drive through on the way to the lodge. Talk about a crazy drive home. Damn. Wow. They actually went to that tunnel. Oh my word. Okay, wait, let me take myself out the way. Wow. That's a narrow tunnel, huh? Ooh. This was taken from the back of a flatbed pickup truck which was used to get us from one location to the next search. This is part of the road to the lodge. So let's go look at the lodge, because that was over here. This shows the view from the ridge. Incredibly dense forest land. The lakes are below all of this, and I have no idea how many feet. It was long and steep. Wow. And then over here, another of the lakes and landscape on Kiely's drive home. Okay. A lake along the drive home. And I had to take breaks from time to time on the second half of the search, zigzagging up and down this mountainous terrain. 10 of us were in this area, yet losing each other. Vast area. Here they say this is taken from the lodge where Kiely lives. It's incredibly remote, off-grid, but amazing topography. A person could get hopelessly lost in this wilderness. Possibly some of the nicest people I've ever met. Now, I come from a third world country, and I can tell you now, if you live in a house like this, damn, it's so sad to think that this privilege was speculatively possibly wasted on a massive party that was drug infested. It's sad, man. Because imagine the life you could live if you prioritize other things. So that is a warning to any teenagers watching, actually anyone. Make sure you don't hang out with the wrong crowd. You know? What is that saying? There's a saying that says kind of like you become who you hang out with, or things like that. So choose friends that actually empower you, uplift you, add value to your life, and all of that. And don't destroy your life. Or, you know, get you in situations where you might lose your life. Alright, and for those of you who missed it, I want to show you over here quickly. If we go to this Kiely Rodni Missing Truckee California group, let's just look at this. So let's just get this straight. In Sammy's point of view, she never left Kiely's side the entire party. If they did, it was to mingle for a second. Per her interview, drinking the same alcohol out of the same cups, except we saw no cups, right? At the end of the party, you decide to find another ride home because now your friend is too drunk to drive. So you leave her and tell her to get home safe. Nope. Red flag, nope. So she was drinking the same as Kiely, but wasn't equally or more messed up than Kiely. Yeah, it was only Kiely that was like out of her mind, like so drunk, not in a state to drive, not at all. I mean, remember, Sammy's always underwhelmed by parties, but even this party was quite big and overwhelming in some way for her. She actually never said the party was overwhelming. She just said, usually she's underwhelmed, but this party was big. So she claims, who even knows if drugs were involved, or who even knows what state Kiely was really in? We've only heard from Sammy. I'm sure law enforcement knows more, and maybe they're just letting the kids trip themselves up, but it's just hard to believe that this girl left her friend to drive home drunk. Or her judgment was clouded because she's also intoxicated, which would be no help to this case if not accurate. Exactly. I pray there's no foul play, but this girl gives me such red flags. As much as I think an accident is plausible, it's hard to ignore these red flags. It is hard to ignore them, right? I wanted to show you. This is what I want to show you. This is from Jagger, the ex-boyfriend. For anyone saying it's odd that I posted this day, the Kiely that went missing, then look at the sound. It's literally a car train. I don't understand how you guys can be so sick to make threats and spread false information of anyone involved in Kiely's case or anyone else's. Sick people. Bro, you know what's sick is to say that you are literally filtering for comments and tips before it gets to the sheriff. Literally, to spread false info, you did that. Here's a mirror. Okay, look into it. You spread false info, bro. Everyone's just using my comment section as a way to F up my life when I didn't do shit. You spread false information. You gave out your cell phone number. You're a minor. You gave out your number on TikTok and told everyone to send you tips. You are going to filter the tips for the sheriff before it gets to the sheriff's department, because you all work in the same thing, right? Why did you delete the video about Kiely? Because I was getting hundreds of comments, hundreds, everyone, saying I was responsible for her disappearance and I'm just trying to find her, but it's kind of hard when. And then we saw the rest. You know what's hard is when you put your number out and say, I'm the one filtering for tips. Also, let me show you where we used to make out. We used to have alone time. Let's just quickly go to Reno. I'm going to show you this location in the hills in a residential area. Yeah, that's where we used to have a lot of alone time. Yeah. Okay, as if that's not weird. That's not a red flag. You know what's also not a red flag? Damn, deleting the comment, then afterwards you're like, oh crap, everybody saw this is weird. Delete that comment, delete her missing flyer, and go to a drag race on the day of a concert, and don't really search for her at all. Weird. Anyway, as you can see, I can go on and on and on and on about this case. This case has got so many holes in all these stories that it makes no sense. In this picture, you let me know what you can see. I don't know what's going on here, down here with her feet, but it doesn't look like black Vans to me, but it is very blurry over here. I must say, it is very blurry. So I can't quite tell what's going on there, but they say video surveillance of Kiely Rodni on the 5th of August. This was at 6:08 p.m. And then apparently Sammy arrived at the party at 9, and then Kiely and Mags arrived at 10. Okay. So what happened between 6:08 and 10? I want to know. That would be very interesting. What was she up to? Making creme brulee? Oh no, that was on Friday in the daytime. And also, when she last minute decided to go to this party, what did she text her mom? What did she actually say? I would love to know that too. Because her mom's like, well, she was going to come and meet me at Hot August Nights, but then last minute she decided, nope, she's going to this party. Was her mom upset that she was suddenly cancelling her mother-daughter plans, you know? Was her mom like, oh, okay, cool, enjoy yourself for that? Because Truckee knows these parties happen every year. It's never been this big, apparently. It's never been this out of hand, chaotic, I don't know. But also, on any of the pictures we've seen so far, we don't see 200 to 300 teens either. At this point, just about everything is a lie, including the sticker that Sammy says is on Kiely's car is a bull. It's a bull, but it's actually a ram, according to what they're showing. You see, just everything is just friggin' bull spit. Frustrating as heck. I will keep you guys posted. If there's another press conference today, I'm going to be there with you. If there's one every day, I'm going to be there with you. Because what in the hell is going on in this case? At the end of the day, I'm getting bad vibes. I really hope that Kiely is okay. I fear she isn't. And I really hope that they find her, no matter what. Yesterday we heard from the press conference that they found a potential burial site. That was scary to hear. But then they ended up securing it, the FBI, and digging it up, and it was a dog's remains. So to the person who buried their dog, oh man, I'm so sorry. That must suck. Thankfully it wasn't Kiely though. But anyway, I hope they buried the dog nicely again, because I'm sure they put their dog out in nature to like be at peace, be at one with nature out there at the Prosser Reservoir, and then it was dug up. Sorry about that. Anyway, okay. I will probably make more videos and see you for more live streams, so make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so that you know when I'm uploading or going live. I mostly go live because I love engaging with you guys and seeing your comments and everything. So I'll see you later, okay? Have a great day. Bye.